every year. Tell me why.
Can I visit this over there?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Why? My wife, we bought this, okay, I'll tell you why. My wife's father and 2 brothers and 3 sisters were born here in 1862. 1862, the Snyders had this farm in 1862. And my wife's father went into the army in 1860, somewhere, the army. But Snyder had the farm, and it was only a horse barn and a house. That house there was built in 1862. And we bought it from her uncle, Howard Uncles. He said we can buy the farm, 7 acres here, and there's 10 acres up on a hill. We have a spring up there, 1,500 feet above this place. We have a spring coming down here, and it's 42 pounds per square inch. And she said, I want to grow sunflowers. So she bought sunflowers, and I started planting them. And this was all fields of weeds, grown up weeds. And then down there, because the farmers stopped farming, he got so tired. He was 88 years old, and he sold us this place in 1998. We bought it in 1998, and since then I have been fixing it up to look nice.
Well, it's beautiful. Why? I understand the aesthetic value of planting sunflowers, but it's also a lot of work to harvest these things. What do you do with them at the end of the season?
Okay. The sunflowers, I sit here, right out here, see the cat right there. I sit here in the fall, October, November, and there's I counted 8 different birds. They feed on the sunflowers. 8 different birds. They come in and feed on sunflowers, and then they go migrate back to the south. And then I take the sunflowers, and I take the tops, and I put them in the ground. All right, I take the tops of the sunflower, I put them in the ground. And then I have a tractor, and I grind them up in the ground for the winter. And then in the spring, I grind them up again, and then they come up as sunflowers. They're called perennials. The seeds are perennials. They come up, and then I move the sunflowers from here down to that field and the other field, and they just keep coming up.
So you grow them for the aesthetic value, for the beauty, and for the birds. This is one of the things that I'm really into, Tom, and I'm glad to hear you say this, because there's a big misconception and rumors going around that, oh, don't plant sunflowers because you're going to get billions of blackbirds are going to come. And that's frankly a crock.
No blackbirds.
Absolutely. And I've been growing them as well in my little house. I got stands, nothing like this, but I certainly have enough to know that the birds that are attracted are gorgeous, bright little songbirds. Tell us about that.
Okay, there are redbirds, those blue jays. Blue jays are coming in here. Blue jays are coming in here like crazy. Blue jays, red cardinals, mother cardinals, and then later on there's a finch. There's about 5 different finches we have in Pennsylvania. You know, finches have a little beak. They come in here and feed on these sunflowers, and then they fly over the river or wherever. And then after late October, November, they go south to migrate. And then I take the sunflowers and I put them in the ground, and they regrow automatically. I don't have to buy seeds. And then they come back the next year. Right now I have 2 different birds. I have red cardinals and blue jays. The blue jays are really coming in. And I can show you some of these sunflowers right now that are already matured and seeded. And they're feeding on them. And they'll feed on them from now until end of October.
Okay, well, let's go take a look. Wow, this is great. This is just one field that Mr. Kennedy has planted here. This is right along 879, just outside of Clearfield, between Clearfield and Carlinsville, right outside the Durandettas Farm Market. I'm curious. If you've been following this, Tom, you know that is my big thing. Is I'm saying that these types of plantings with farmers taking advantage of this, strategic plantings around the county at key points that are very highly visible, managed, well taken care of, and manicured, it could really be a dynamic tourism campaign.
Yeah, good.
Tell me your thoughts on that angle of what I'm trying to do with this.
Okay, if you want to promote sunflowers, they are basically perennial. The seeds, when these seeds ripen, all right, when this will ripen in another month. That'll ripen in seed. There's 12 different varieties here. When they ripen, the birds will feed off of this, and the seed, they'll eat the seeds. What they don't eat, I put in the ground. Can I throw it? I put it in the ground. And then I rototill that up. And then in the spring, I rototill it again. And then I wait until all those seeds come up as a plant. It's a sunflower plant. Then I take that sunflower plant and move them to the other acres of my ground.
Well, what are your thoughts on being able to utilize this as a tourism campaign?
People love it. You're supposed to take this. I've given this to. I've taken this. I'll give you one right now. They sell these things right here for your wife. Take that for your wife. That's a beautiful sunflower. You put it in water. Last 2 or 3 days as a sunflower. And then you can take the seeds and put it in your ground, and it'll grow as a sunflower in your backyard. They mature. The seeds mature. Now these may not mature because they're not in the soil, but the ones up my place do. They mature as a seed. This will be a seed as it matures, and I'll put it in the ground, and it'll come up. I have a sunflower 11 foot 6 inches tall down there.
Where? At the front
down in the middle garden.
I'll have to go take a look. You need a big billboard out here, man. Tell people about this.
Martha Bird is drawing me a billboard that says Sunflower Valley, and we're going to promote that as Sunflower Valley.
Well, we'll put this on my site. We'll put this little video up on our site, and we'll let people know about it.
I don't know of anybody that has any more sunflowers than I have.
There you go.
And I'm not trying to, be nothing. We have black, blues. Down on my bottom field down there, you'll see some real red sunflowers.
Yeah, we'll go get some shots.
There's about 10. My wife promoted this when I moved up here. It's her father's homestead, and she wanted me to grow sunflowers. So my wife, Joyce Uncles Kennedy, wanted me to grow sunflowers, and that's what I do.
Hey, my little girl is asking.